Anne says she used to do these talks with Jason, but now she's gone solo. Robbie's friend Brandon stands to one side, looking on a bit disapprovingly.
The fact that she's come here to stand up in front of all these people, it says something about her ego.
Rob was very nice to her. He was very nice to her.
Yeah, he does that. He's cunning. No, I know. I mean, listen, I'm sure she's a nice woman. Rob's very open to more open than I am to the kind of the spiritual side of it. The whole thing seems to be just lure you into her story, and ultimately I've worked out what annoyed me about her. It's about her, it's her son, and her son, by the way, won't do it anymore. And she's got all her reasons, of course, they're deeply spiritual reasons. She thinks someone's got to him somehow. He won't do it anymore.
I'm glad I had a chance to sit down with her and talk to her so I could see her eyes and read her. She's a really beautiful woman. She's really, really lovely.
I was taken by the fact that you felt empathetic with her son.
Yes. I'm asking the same question of myself anyway, about why did that nearly move me to tears.
The thing that I found most extraordinary about Anne Andrews is that she, for whatever reason, decided one day that all the unbelievable things her kid was saying, that he was visited by little creatures, she just decided one day to believe it all.
What's the other side of that, though? It's either believe everything that the boy's saying, or remain steadfast to earthly beliefs and have a black sheep in the family. That's, oh, it's him again. You know, and I think that for her own sanity, she's had to believe it. It's like your son turning around to you at 21 and going, I'm a gay. Okay, I'm not going to have grandkids then, I'll just have to get used to you being that way. For me, right now, everything that she said's true.
It's lunchtime. Robbie and Ida showed Brandon and me some pictures he's taken on his phone that seem to show circles of light.
You've seen the orbs on the phone. What do you think they are?
Well, they could be some sort of... And I'm not a physicist, no matter what anyone says.
Bought the wrong John.
But I wonder whether they... I mean, they could be speckles of dust catching the light.
That's the sun refracting off the lens. I'm sure if scientists weren't so thoroughly exhausted by these people, they'd go near it and explain it.
Maybe there is, but there's no sun.
There's no sun out. This was taken...
But it's just light, isn't it? I mean, you saw tons of them there.
Yeah, but when I would turn away from it, no orbs.
So, what, we're in the line for the buffet?
We are at the waterfront buffet, about to get ourselves a load of carbohydrates, I'm sure. No, they do protein in it, don't they? Because they want everybody to carry on gambling.
Like that?
Yeah.
With their eyes wide open.
There's no clocks. No clocks. Also, they pipe in something through the... It must be pure oxygen.
Oh, they do,
Not so much here, because I can't feel it in that casino. But in Vegas, I'm never tired. No matter how late I've been up the night before, never tired.
They keep you awake and disoriented. Which, again, is what...
That's why I ended up in rehab.
You were awake and disoriented?
I was awake and disoriented for long lengths of time. I'm not joking here.
Robbie, it's good to meet you. Thanks for being here, man.
Pleasure.
Word is getting around the conference that in the absence of any actual alien visitation, the most interesting thing to come down from the sky today is Robbie Williams.
Where are the under-30s?
That's half the problem. You see, what we need, Robbie, is someone like you to get them in.
Okay.
You know, we need a spokesperson out there doing that for us. Are you enjoying it?
I'm absolutely loving it.
Fabulous.
Really loving it.
Fabulous.
He has to suspend his investigations while he signs autographs.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know who you are, but my daughter works.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robbie.
This isn't the first time that Robbie's fame has hindered his paranormal investigations. A few years ago he invited a psychic to his home, but it didn't go well. The psychic sold his story to The Sun under the headline, "I helped Robbie Williams talk to his dead nan." Robbie never spoke to him again. I think people who get contacted out of the blue by Robbie Williams sometimes end up like the gold prospectors in The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, who find treasure but go fanatical with greed and end up ruining it all.
Every time I put my foot in the water as regards to this kind of stuff or paranormal stuff, I instantly meet charlatans. You instantly come across people that you go, oh no, and you're supposed to be the authority on this. but you're obviously mental and none of it's true.
But you've been disappointed, basically.
Yeah, I've been really disappointed by psychics.
And did that not shake your wider faith?
I suppose it has. You know, but this might happen with UFOs too, and then I might be able to get on with my life.
And that's the end of the day. Robbie buys 15 UFO DVDs, and then we catch the plane back to Los Angeles. You have the pile of DVDs that you bought yesterday.
Yeah.
Can we see some of the titles?
Okay. Stephenville, Texas, 2008 UFO sighting. Exposed. A remote view of aliens. Secret Space, what is NASA hiding? UFO space anomalies from 1999 to 2006.
One of the things that really struck me yesterday, and it's borne out by the fact that, you know, your house is filled with these kinds of DVDs and books, is that, you know, when you were talking to Anne Andrews, I noticed at one point she was talking about the little aliens and just said, I think of them as, and you both in unison said, drones. And at that moment I realised just how seriously you take this and just how much you know about this stuff, that you could actually predict that she was about to say the word drones.
Mm-hmm. I used to read and watch all the news that came up, the BBC, all the news that would come up on the Sun, the Mirror, the Mail. I don't think people realise how much of their lives revolve around, you know, tabloids. Eventually I've had to not look at stuff because things there upset me, whether it be me or whether it be about somebody else, etc., etc. But I've had to fill that void, and that void has been filled with all of this stuff. This is now my tabloid read, basically. If this is made up, it's better made up stuff than they're writing. You know, it's more interesting, to me anyway.
And it's not about you?
Yes.
Are you worried that people are going to say that you've gone mad?
I'm worried that they think I've gone mad. I am a little bit, just because of how things can be portrayed and how easy it is to manipulate a mass of people, you know, which they do on a daily basis.
Robbie gets attacked a lot in the newspapers. When he used to look himself up, all the lies that were written about him would make him miserable. So I think it's healthy that he doesn't look himself up anymore. Although the world he's obsessed with now has its many liars too. People who say they've been abducted when they haven't. But he does seem happy, standing on his balcony with his girlfriend Ida, looking up at the sky, even if there's nothing up there paranormal to see.
Probably can see 100 miles in front of us. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I would agree with that. What I was going to say was, you see that kind of black bit right there? It's like dark fog. It's a bit different from the rest. That's one thing that always strikes us, isn't it, babe? That there's always just right there a dark patch.
You know, but that might be something as easily explained as light pollution. If there wasn't a microphone on, I'd be like that. Yeah, babe.
Oh, sorry. Is this a bit where it's like a crazy thing?
This is where I get a bit BBC.
Oh, okay.
But
it's
right now I'm
black
like,
fog.
That's just light pollution. But if the microphone wasn't here, I'd be going, yeah, let's stare at it for an hour and a half.
Okay.
Materialise.
Do it.
I don't think there's anything tonight, John.
No.
To be honest.